Welcome to UGRES 2021. My name is Patrick Amara. On UGRES today, we have a young woman of valor, a woman of courage, a woman of character, a woman who wants to inspire other young women in Uganda. And she's laser focused on the position of National Female Youth MP, which means the entire country is going to be her constituency. Prima Tukamushaba, welcome to UGRES 2021.
Thank you so much, Kamara.
Why do you want to join this race?
One, it's one of the biggest platforms for young people, and I have been in the youth structures of Ntungamo district, and there is something I have noticed over years, that if Ntungamo can make it, why can't the whole country make it through Prima? And that's why I had to choose to come for National Female Member of Parliament to advocate for strengthening youth structures.
What do you mean if Ntungamo can make it? What has Ntungamo done?
Ntungamo has been able to give back to Prima, who has done so well at the district level, and I feel like she can do even much more great at the national level.
How far have you gone in trying to convince the young people across this nation so that they can actually look towards you when it comes to take a choice of who their leader is?
What I have actually done is, one, my message has been very clear, because since this government started, we as youth, we have structures in place. But one of the challenges we've had is that the structures that we have, one, the youth leaders are still part-timers, and the programs that come for the youth have not been able to be delivered to the real young people on ground. It's always a few that have been able to access information, that have got a few projects, that have been able to be on top of the game. And challenges of the young people are not only one or two or three. We have quite a number of challenges. And not everyone, me as a youth member of parliament, I cannot reach everywhere in each district. But we have a structure in place that can actually advocate up to the village level. We have a village youth council. We have a parish youth council. We have sub-county, we have district, and even national youth council. But the challenges we've had is that the youth are still part-timers. We are 70% of the population, but we are still part-time leaders. And I do not think that if you are a part-time leader, there is much that you can deliver.
Prima, what can you really do in a constituency that is the entire country? You and somebody running for president are almost at the same level. I mean, what can you possibly do to change the situation in such a huge geographical entity that is supposed to be a constituency for you?
One, it is a whole country. I cannot reach everywhere. And that is why my agenda is based on one thing: the structures of the youth. We have structures in each and every district. But to me, there is one thing that I see, that these structures, if empowered enough, there is a lot that we can deliver. Because Prima will be a voice on top, but who am I supposed to reach out to? One, we lack functional offices as youth leaders. You'll be so surprised that when you reach in a district, there is no office, there is no administrative address, there is no budget allocation to even perform a few activities for the youth. So the youth leaders are part-timers. You find someone is a chairperson for Bududa, but they're in Kampala, probably working in a law firm or somewhere. So they are never there to really put the interest of the young people on ground. And that has costed us a lot. That every time we set out to do something for the young people, the people who are supposed to be moving it up to the front line, up to the village level, are not really, they are not really equipped so well with the necessary items that are needed for that.
So you'll be advocating for more resources?
No, I'll be advocating for more resources, but on top of more resources, I'll be, because for a structure to be strong, there are things that are really required. And one of them is the funds. And one of the things that we've had, you'll find the whole district for the whole year operating on $1 million shillings. But remember, in that district, there are about like 300 young people, even 1 million. So you imagine a leader, how are you going to do for the whole year on 1 million? And these are government programs coming up. How are you going to extend them to the people on ground?
One of the requirements of a member of parliament is to do an oversight role, and sometimes they're required to sit in district councils. I wonder, for a national female youth MP, which district council will you sit in and not and leave?
No. To me, one of the things why I still back on strengthening youth structures. You see, as a structure, we have problems. We have problems like unemployment. We have problems like health, HIV awareness. We have problems like education, because our education system is good, but it has not been able to be accessed by everyone one way or the other. I'll take an example of like district quota or government scholarships. There are very many young people in districts who have made it up to senior 6. But one of the conditions they always give is that the stakeholders have not involved the youth leaders in identifying if Prima went to secondary school in, let's say, Ntungamo. Let's say I give an example of Rukoni Secondary School because that's where I come from. What marks did she attain? For them, they based on the like, okay, we are going to award district quota, but we are giving anyone who attained 15. But then there are schools where the best student that can ever be will have 10. But then the stakeholders have not involved these youth leaders to first identify people who have made it, people who are intelligent, people with skills, and that has hindered a lot. So to me, I believe that if the structures are good, you can always attend each and every issue based on the population. I might not have like the district, each district, but I can be able to attend like at a sub-regional level.
Okay, you are going to be elected by electoral colleges, right?
Yes.
And electoral colleges can actually be manipulated. I wonder what is your strategy to survive in that game of manipulation, because electoral colleges can be very tricky.
I'm actually going to be voted by the National Youth Council, and one of the principles, one of the core values of National Youth Council,
that's the electoral college.
Yes, is to prevent young people from manipulation. And my message has been clear among the young people. Let's build character beyond anything. Because today I might come, they manipulate us, we give a candidate, someone maybe a leader, we give them that position, but we never see them again. And that has been a very big challenge, that our leaders, mostly the youth MPs, because their constituencies are big, the structures of the district are very inactive and very unfunctional, the service delivery has been very hard on the youth MP and also on the local people.
Okay.
So to me, I feel like we have a very big challenge which we have to table beyond anything.
I want you to look at the people of Uganda, Prima, and make a pitch for yourself to them, so that you and no one else should be the one to represent the youth.
My fellow young people, I thank you so much, and I still ask you for your support. This struggle is not mine alone, it is for all of us. Because I believe if today we are strong, if today we are very productive, if today we are very much empowered, it will help ourselves and also the whole of Uganda. So please, I ask you to go, participate in the structures, and on top of it, let's advocate and really build a very good character for ourselves. I thank you so much.
And so there you have had Prima. And if you are a member of the National Youth Council, and perhaps you form the Electoral College, you'll be hearing more from Prima. And you have now already heard. So perhaps now you have a certain position, and please keep engaging each other, maybe listen to others and listen to her as well, so that when the time comes to vote, probably Prima will be the one. And that's it on UG Race 2021.